A little while ago, my oldest grandson said to me, "Grandad, what is your favourite passage in the Narnia books?" And I thought about it, and I came up with a passage I'm going to read now. It's only short, from The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe. You may know there were 4 children, brothers and sisters, and one of them, in malice and resentment, went and worked for the enemy, the White Witch. Malice and resentment against his brother and his sisters. And eventually the witch herself turned against him, and he became her captive and her victim. And this is what we read. Edmund found himself being roughly forced to his feet. Then the dwarf set him with his back against a tree and bound him fast. He saw the witch take off her outer mantle. Her arms were bare underneath it and terribly white. Because they were so very white, he could see them, but he could not see much else. It was so dark in this valley under the trees. "Prepare the victim," said the witch. And the dwarf undid Edmund's collar and folded back his shirt at the neck. Then he took Edmund's hair and pulled his head back so that he had to raise his chin. After that, Edmund heard a strange noise, whiz, whiz, whiz. For a moment he couldn't think what it was. Then he realised it was the sound of a knife being sharpened. At that very moment he heard loud shouts from every direction, a drumming of hoofs and a beating of wings, a scream from the witch, confusion all round him. And then he found he was being untied. Strong arms were round him, and he heard big, kind voices. Presently the centaurs and unicorns and deer and birds, they were of course the rescue party which Aslan had sent in the last chapter, all set off to go back to the stone table, carrying Edmund with them. When the other children woke up next morning, they had been sleeping on piles of cushions in the pavilion. The first thing they heard from Mrs. Beaver was that their brother had been rescued and brought into camp late last night, and was at that moment with Aslan. As soon as they had breakfasted, they all went out, and there they saw Aslan and Edmund walking together in the dewy grass, apart from the rest of the court. There is no need to tell you, and no one ever heard, what Aslan was saying. But it was a conversation which Edmund never forgot. As the others drew nearer, Aslan turned to meet them, bringing Edmund with him. "Here is your brother," he said, "and there is no need to talk to him about what is past." Why was that my favourite passage? Well, it tells me, because Aslan in that world is like Jesus, it tells me that when there's been reconciliation and forgiveness, what has been done in the past can be forgotten and never needs to be brought up again against you, ever. There is no need to talk to him about what is past. And I'm glad that's true about the things I've done wrong.